This is where you have liberals sticking up for another group of people being oppressed. And in this particular case, I don't care. I'm not going to a protest. But what people, whenever, how come they're coming down on these Palestinian protesters and they didn't come down on the BLM protesters?
Mm-hmm.
They let them burn down cities. They gave them all the media coverage. They worship them. Now, all of a sudden, no one is saying that. You got snipers on the roof. You have Republican governors who did not activate National Guard, who did not activate police to go after the BLM. They took a fucking knee and bowed down to them. But they're not doing it with the Palestinian protesters. They're fucking going after them, having them arrested, and using violence or the threat of violence against them.
Is that
so
because
you have a double standard here, and that's what the real issue is the double standard. Because why? Because now you know who owns the American governments on the state and federal level, and it's not Palestine, everybody. It's the nation of Israel, because that's where the money is. Look at AIPAC. All these people receive money from Israeli special interest groups, AIPAC being the number one. Look at Kevin McCarthy, the Speaker of the House, right?
Former Speaker of the House, correct.
He had a little protest back in February to support Israel. Remember that?
That's right.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it was like February.
Yep.
He's waving Israeli flags. Oh, you guys are going to take down the Palestinian flags, put the American flag up. Why don't you go after McCarthy for having everybody wave Israel flags? Get that done. Minute, you just passed the aid package to Ukraine. Look what everybody in Congress did. Waving Ukrainian flags.
Right.
You take those Ukrainian flags down and wave the American flag.
Yeah, I'm done.
That's a double standard, and it's fucking pathetic. There's no more America first. It's Israel first, and that's basically it. And if you come down against Israel, what happens?
That's right.
They destroy you, and now they're passing anti-Semitism laws. And if you criticize even the factually correct way I did, using facts and statistics and empirical data, I'm a Jew hater. And it's fucking pathetic.
That's where I posted something the other day, because my position, to be honest, I don't care about what happens 6,000 miles away from some fucking land dispute. I kill each other. I don't care. I have migrants that are flooding the city that is 20 minutes from me. They're busing them to the town that's 3 towns over from me. You know, there's a place called Woodfield Mall out here in Schaumburg, Illinois. And Schaumburg, Illinois is it's got a daytime population of about 1 million people out here. It's the suburb of Chicago. I met somebody for coffee there 6-7 months ago. There were scarcely any white people. The place was fucking packed. And I'm not saying blacks, I'm saying foreigners who didn't even speak English. And I'm like, man, and I watched 2 people get in a fucking pissing match over a service dog, and you could tell one was one culture and one was another, and they didn't speak any English. So I care about that kind of shit, right? When it comes to this, though, what you said about one is true for the other. It's like you can condemn one's actions, and all of a sudden that means you're a supporter of the other. I've said 1,000,000 times, I don't have a dog in the fight because I'm not educated. I don't understand what's going on. But if I'm going to go to the airport to pick up my aunt and uncle, and all I see are pro-Palestine supporters, now it's fuck you, I don't care. Oh, that means you're supporting Israel. No, I don't know what the fuck is going on. All I know is that one side, so far, is what I see. And this is my position as a middle American who does not, I don't have time to get irritated about Biden, Trump, Illinois Democrats, Illinois Republicans. Now you want me to worry about Ukraine. Now you want me to worry about fucking Israel and You're giving me so much shit out there that I have to be stressed about. I don't fucking care. But so far, all I see is the same thing that Black Lives Matter did, right? Me. And a guy like me who has said, hey, we have problems with law enforcement. There's some serious problems with police. The black community is abused, this and that. But wait a second, you're going to force your BLM shit down my throat? Well, fuck all you now. That's the same position I'm getting with this Palestine crap is. I don't care about your dumb universities. I think fucking it's useless. I think anybody college educated that I've run across with is fucking useless unless you're going to slice me open and put a stint in. That's me. Give me the fucking person who actually knows what it's like to work for a living. But that's where I'm at right now is I'm watching these dumb kids online admit, oh, yeah, we're here to support Palestine and we don't, why are we here again? When I see shit like that, which is the complete opposite, Matt, of you, who I ask a question, I get a fucking answer. When these morons out there, how can the person like me, who's the American who doesn't want to get involved, but you clearly say there's an issue and shit, I didn't know my tax dollars are going towards something I support, so now I want to hear more. How can we get more educated without one side saying, fuck all the Jews, and the other side saying, you can't get through this roadblock because it's pro Palestine? How does either side collect more support without the fucking emotional vitriol and stupidity from the fucking idiots?
Well, they have to start listening to other people. Again, mainstream media, you're not going to get it. There are Jewish people out there that
are condemning what's
going on. I'm talking like Ron Unz from the Unz Review. Jewish, runs a website, conservative website. He condemned Norm Finkelstein, another one, very large proponent. He's Jewish. He's against what's going on in Israel. I mean, there's
even Bernie Sanders came out and said that they had a vote in the UN for a ceasefire. We talked about this on our podcast, The Burn Pit, on Spreey TV every Monday at 4 p.m. We had a guest on. His name was E. Michael Jones, Dr. E. Michael Jones. He is the publisher and creator of Culture Wars magazine. And he said there was a vote in the UN for a ceasefire, and only 4 countries voted no. And it was Israel, the United States, Nauru, and then some other group of islands that you can't even name. So there's the evidence right there. Every other country in the UN voted for a ceasefire, and Israel and the United States said no.
To your point, to get more educated, they don't allow certain people to be on platforms that other people listen to largely, right? You're not going to hear this side on Joe Rogan. You're not going to hear it on, certain, you're definitely not going to hear it on Fox News, CNN. You're not going to hear it really. And that being said, nobody knows the history of Israel and Palestine. The very first episode we did on Spreey Network, I tried to lay it out, but I can't do it in the matter of 10 minutes. But you have to look at the history, and you don't go to Wikipedia and you don't go to Hollywood for it. And unfortunately, people have been brainwashed into false narratives and false history. To your point, Dominic, no one knows what the history is. They think they go off the Bible. Oh, well, God gave them that land.
Right.
Yeah.
But even in the Bible, it says the Canaanites lived there before the Jews did.
That's the other issue too here. And Dominic, I know you're a Christian. I don't know. You were raised Catholic?
Yeah, Roman Catholic.
Right. So in Catholicism, it might be a little bit different, but these evangelical Christians that are basically the base of the Republican Party, it's been ingrained in them. And I'm an example of that from a very young age in Christian education in the church. What were we taught to do? Pray for our leaders, the country, pray for Israel. And then they take some verses in Numbers, Deuteronomy, and Genesis. It's basically the same thing, which is those who bless my people, I will bless, and those who curse my people, I will curse. And then, of course, they'll use verses like in 1 Samuel, I believe it's chapter 15, where God has instructed David to basically kill all the women, the children, the livestock. He said, go kill them all. And they Christians and evangelicals today will excuse what's going on. 36 hospitals have been completely just absolutely destroyed. We're talking their rubble. Most of the kills over there have been innocent civilians, but evangelicals don't seem to care about that because, again, those who bless my people, I will bless. Those who curse my people, I will curse. And I will ask this question: where are the blessings? If you look at the creation of the state of Israel from 1948 until now, have things gotten better or have things gotten worse? Has our morality collectively as a whole, has it gotten better or has it gotten worse? Has corruption as a whole got in politics or in anywhere, has it gotten better or has it gotten worse?
National debt.
National debt's $35 trillion in debt. Pornography is rampant. It's everywhere. Moral degradation everywhere. Where are the blessings here? Christians, show me evidence of that. I don't see it. And yet they'll keep supporting Israel because of a couple verses in the Old Testament, when if they read their Bible, the New Testament's clear that old covenant has been broken. If you didn't get the message, Christians, to quote E. Michael Jones, when the temple, when it was cut in half, when Christ died, that's the message. If you didn't get the message, I don't know what to tell you. The new covenant is simple. Christians are now the new Israel, the church, the body of Christ. We're the new Israel. That plot of land over there is occupied by.
I don't understand why
Europeans.
Christians support a group of people who do not believe in Christ in the first place. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't get that.
The three Trinity.
I don't
They
get
deny
that.
the Son and they deny the Holy Spirit.
Correct. So I don't understand that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dominic.
No,
You're
that's
absolutely right. Go ahead.
Ultimately, again, if I go back to my basic fundamental principle, it's Scott and Matt are neighbors over in, you guys are over in the East Coast, right? And all of a sudden,
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, and Scott's backyard, the overgrowth is growing, and Matt's like, dude, mow your shit. He's like, no, I was here fucking first, right? You moved in 2 years ago. I've been here forever. And all of a sudden now there's this Facebook war. I'm like, I don't give a shit. It's fucking over on the East Coast, dude. I get along great with my neighbor. But now all of a sudden I find out that like 90% of my algorithm is going towards Scott supporters because they all support Scott because he was there first. I'm like, wait a second. I want my shit to go all over the place. I don't care. I'm out of this. When you tell me where my money has to go, now I have a problem with it. Because ultimately speaking, hey, I'm sorry, Palestine, sorry, Israel. You guys are killing kids and doing whatever. I can't. I cannot give focus to that shit when I have zero control over it. Now all of a sudden, wait a second, my money's going there? I didn't file my taxes this year. I'm not fucking being a part of that system. End of story.
God bless you for it. God bless you for that. Yeah, and it's been like that since 1956, Dominic. They've been sending $3 billion just in financial aid. A lot of it's military aid that you don't see because it gives money and they pay back and they buy military equipment from us, from organizations like Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, the military industrial complex. You've heard that before. Our Patriot missile systems is what they use for their Iron Dome defense. I mean, I'm talking these other packages that they just gave in the past year, two of them, 14 billion, another 24 billion. I mean, I don't even have fucking health insurance, Dominic. I don't.
Same.
I'm still at the age and I'm healthy where I technically don't really need it, but I could use it. And they're going to give money to these motherfuckers to kill children?
God, yeah.
Come on, man. I mean, come on.
I never understood. There was just a bill that passed again, and I don't save this shit because I scroll, I read it, I get fucking pissed, and I move on. More vets, homeless vets were denied funds for whatever the taxpayers going to pay in replace for the fucking migrants. I swear to God, they want us stressed out. They want us full of hatred. I started to wonder too. Well, I started to wonder how many of the protesters on these campus are really illegals that they smuggled in for this purpose. I have to wonder, and they're all doing this. They're doing this before a fucking election.
George Soros again is funding this.
I don't get it, dude.
Great timing.
Again, George Soros funds anything that will bring division and destruction to America. He's Jewish.
Right.
He's Jewish.
Right. He's Jewish.
Well, clearly Americans don't care because if you have, I mean, look at fucking the people who supported him over the years, Hillary Clinton, and it doesn't make a difference. We've talked about this numerous times. You could have legitimate non-AI. It's provable. No, this isn't AI. You've got Joe Biden raping Ashley Biden in the fucking shower, and Jill was filming it on 8mm handy cam, whatever, and it's proven to be true. Put it up on Times Square, and people go, oh, I don't care. I don't care.
Yep.
Yeah.
People just don't care anymore.
I mean, you got two guys butt fucking on the Senate floor, no charges.
No charges.
But hey, the guy rips down the Satan statue in Iowa. He gets arrested for a hate crime and charged.
Yep.
So it's ridiculous. Again, double standard. It's freaking ridiculous. And again, my taxpayer money's not going to Palestine.
Well, also too, Matt, I think you'll agree with this. There's a demographic shifting that's happening amongst young people. The older generations, the boomer and the X, it's ingrained to us through media, through church, that Israel's our greatest ally. Even though I don't think there's evidence for that. You can look at the USS Liberty. You can look at them sharing intelligence with China. I don't know what they've done to be called our greatest ally. I mean, we're their greatest ally. Yeah. There's no question about that. But as far as on the flip side of things, Desert Storm, Desert Shield, you can look at that. Who actually helped us? Who actually added troops, boots on the ground? There was a coalition there with Norman Schwarzkopf, where you looked at Australia, you looked at Norway. I mean, Britain, obviously, but Israel, they didn't offer anything. And you go to even Operation Enduring Freedom with Iraq or in Afghanistan. They didn't offer us anything there. So people keep saying, well, we share intelligence. Well, I don't know if you know this, but Mossad, which is their intelligence agency, is their version of the CIA. Dominic, do you know what their mission statement is? Mossad, the mission statement?
I'm listening. What do we got?
Their mission statement is, by way of deception, thou shalt make war. So a lot of the things that you see over there when it comes to their propaganda machine is just as good as ours.
Well, how's that different? And how's that different from Islam? I mean, it's the same shit. And I'm not putting an argument. Sure. I'm saying Islam is the whole fucking convert people by lying to them. And I'm paraphrasing all this shit. So everybody's a fucking scumbag. Everybody. We are.
Yeah, but the problem.
but all the mainstream media and newspapers are not owned by Islamicists.
Well, it goes back to that, right? When you keep pointing it and going, wow, 80% of the Biden administration does happen to be of Jewish descent, or they're dual citizenship with Israel. In fact, our former health.
How did we get this way? Because I was under the impression, right, with and Scotty, or Matt, I know you got an answer for this one. I was told years and years and years ago that we have taxes and a national debt because in the beginning of forming a country, we needed to borrow money. So we borrowed money from England. Well, if England is who we...
France.
Okay, so that's Europe. If we owe money to them, and that's where all of our... Why are we so indebted to Israel? How did they wind up getting...
We're not indebted. We're not indebted to Israel. We're not indebted to them. What we are in debt to is basically the... we have, ever since the Federal Reserve, right? You now have an international...
What year was that?
Global 1913.
There you go.
You have an international global banking institution that lends banks, international banks loan money to each other. Okay, if you ever go on CNBC, you'll see the LIBOR rate. That's the London Interbank Overnight Rate, the rate at which banks loaned money to each other. The London is the head bank of what the Rothschild family started. They had one in Paris. They had one in Vienna.
What's Rothschild stand for?
Rothschild stands for red sign or red shield.
Okay.
So, Rothschild. But
there you go.
Now, that being said, now have what's called a fractional reserve currency, because what you have is the Federal Reserve now printing or minting and coining money. Now, under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 5 of the U.S. Constitution, it says Congress shall have power to print and coin money, not a privately owned bank, which the Federal Reserve is a privately owned bank. If you look at the top of
There's nothing federal about it.
Bill that you have in your pocket, it says Federal Reserve Note. So they print money out of thin air.
From a private institution.
It doesn't have any real intrinsic value. When the Federal Reserve was created, prior to that, there was effectively zero inflation. Now you have inflation that's through the roof, and they lie about the numbers every year, because if you were to pull out every dollar in the bank accounts, every single person's bank account, you were to pull the money, it would not even equal anything close to $30 trillion. Right. The money doesn't exist.
They can add it digitally on a screen.
Yeah.
No, it's not even about printing.
Yeah.
Also, if you, Dominic, I was just, we have a finance guy that we've had on the podcast a few times. He's brilliant. And I said, the cash reserves of banks, if I were to go to a bank, what could I actually pull out of there? If it's my money, I bank with this bank. What if I want to go in and I want to pull 50 grand out? Could I do that? And his response was probably not. They probably don't have that kind of cash on hand. They probably have to shut the bank down.
You have to make a phone call and do it. I pulled 30 grand out of the bank, and I had to give them a head notice to get $30,000 in cash.
Doesn't that
my own money? I had to because they need to have that much on hand. And you know what they did? Within 1 week, 3 phone calls to ask me why I wanted to do that.
Yeah,
I can't three times.
I can't stand bankings. I had my eyes done LASIK in 06. And I had opened a bank account, put 10 grand in it, and 28 days later, I wanted to take out $4,200 to have my eyes done. And no, I'm sorry, sir, we can't allow that. Excuse me? We monitor banking habits because you're a new account and it has to be over 3 months old before you wind up withdrawing anything over $1,000. Are you out of your fucking mind? It's my money. I closed my account that second.
Right.
Give me everything back right now. I'm closing my account. I cannot believe how banks have control and shit, but absolutely fucking blows me away.
Yep.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't stand this shit. It's when I do know that most of us are ignorant, and I'm very ignorant when it comes to topics like these. When we have people on, I was talking to Matt Spear from the Dumb Show on Monday, and we were talking about another issue, how Americans are so fucking knee-jerk on everything that we don't want to hear the truth of shit. So I think when it comes down to giving realizations and facts and evidence for people to wind up looking and discerning over, nobody fucking cares. Nobody, and they're doing this all during a perfect election time to where it's all going to spearhead down to fuck this candidate, fuck that candidate, the world's going to blow up. I just want the meteor to hit. The asteroid needs to hit now, or Yellowstone needs to blow. It's on a 600, scientists say it's on a 600,000 year cycle of eruption, and we're like 640,000 years overdue, so I have no idea how they do that. Fucking light it up, dude. Light it up. I came across this the other day just because I like pissing everybody off, and we know nothing's going to fucking have it. Actually, this I came across today. I'm going to pull up for you guys. This is...
We like pissing people off, too.
Dude, well, it's going to piss off yourselves. It's stupid because this is a leaked Zoom call between Lisa Fithian and someone. Looks like this was before January 6th Capitol riot.
Lisa Fithian?
Don't know. She's not hot. Just to let you know, she's not hot. Oh, you guys can't see. I'm sorry. I and other reports, this is from Viral News, New York City. I and other reports have possibly identified multiple anarchists from the J6 Capitol riot, some dressed up like Trump supporters. Well, yesterday, Lisa was caught on multiple cameras looking like she was organizing the college protests. I want to play this, and we're going to monitor this together.
See her.
Have you ever heard of drink?
Here she comes.
So we began to put together a list of things we want to know about in the city. So where are all the police stations? Because it's good to know where the police are. Where are all the key government buildings? Where are all the media outlets? Who are the Trump boosters? So we're talking about what would it take to surround the White House and have people do stuff. We can divide it up easily with affinity groups. We have to be willing to put our bodies on the line and take on some discomfort, sacrifice, risk in order to change things. And I've been in conversations where people have never thought about having a gun or like, should I have a gun? But I think we have to know, and I'm going to talk a little bit in a few minutes about what do we do when guns are in the mix. So again, chaos is a soup by which change emerges. Let's get cooking. Again, we didn't cause the war. We didn't ask for this war. Many of us are here because we want to fight it. We want something different. What are we willing to do? Right? Because again, we're not dealing with people with just simple guns. We're dealing with people with AR, AK-47s, multiple rounds, a lot of shootings. So, yeah, we are going to be in a crisis, but we want it to be one that we are creating. We want to make sure that we are on the offense and not the defense. We want them to be responding to us and us not responding to them. In a situation of a coup or an insurrection or an uprising, whoever's got the guns often can win. We should be clear. Like,
this is.
It's got to go. Trump's got to go.
Wrong.
In order to achieve what they did, they knew they had to take over important government buildings. They knew they had to try and win over members of the police and army, and they had to protect each other. I think we don't have a lot of experience taking over government buildings, and we might need to think about that. And I know, as I said earlier, how, we may find ourselves in the streets with people with different tactics than ours, but like, there may be some people that are willing to break the windows to get into the government buildings. Like, if that's what we need to do, then we shouldn't fight about that. Let's do that.
That was a short 2-minute to 16-second clip. I don't know if either one of you guys know or have seen Joe Biggs. Joe Biggs, I will say this a million times, Joe Biggs got me started on this. I met Joe Biggs 6 years ago via online, sent him a real quick DM, taught him how to reverse his image so he could be seen, with the letters in his shirt the right way. Next thing you know, he says, hey, I've seen your stuff. Do you want to do a show? Introduces me to Spreey, and the rest is history. I watched Joe Biggs is the documentary they did on him, and I went, some text messages? 18 years having walkie-talkies. Look, they did a lot of, well, it looks like you could have created a coup. This fucking bitch is literally hosting a Zoom presentation how to overthrow a government. Will anything happen to this woman? Will our government step up to the plate? Should she be taken into custody and prosecuted the same way?
Well, she might be because this is a pro-Palestinian, anti-Israel.
Yeah.
Well, most likely she will. They're arresting everybody. They've arrested college professors already. So
it looks like she's a professional activist, like a Greta Thunberg type, where it's like, she's backed and funded up probably by Soros or one of these larger entity guys. But no, I don't know. But this is what, again, to Dominick's point earlier. This is kind of what they want there. They kind of want the strife. They want the headbutting. They want to keep people. It's that divide and conquer strategy, right? Where you keep people distracted. And you always bring that up. I see that on your posts and your stories, Dominick, where like, look, see what's going on over here while this hand's doing something else. Like it's a lot of it's just distraction. So my guess is she won't be held accountable. That's my guess. She won't be.
If something happens, she might be held accountable. Who knows?
Joe Biggs,
but she's
17 years. The guy's serving.
Yeah. Well, he's right wing, and they have to, deem the whole white supremacist right wing Trump supporter aspect to keep them all in fear so they don't get active. So she's right. I heard her say a fact. Usually, the people with the guns can win. Where's the lie?
No lies detected on that one.
I mean,
that's the truth.
But it's all about what her goal is, right? Mm-hmm. The founding fathers used guns to gain freedom and establish America. The Bolsheviks used guns to overthrow the Tsar and implement communism. So, both effective, complete opposite ideologies. So what she's saying is factual, but to your point, hey, let's forget about the meteor, Dominick. Why don't we just let the communists, create chaos and try and bring destruction to the world, right?
It's jumping from fucking hot coal to hot coal. I'm telling you, I personally believe this is why the reason why so many of us are out of shape is because we're stress cortisol level through the roof with nonstop outrage all over the place. I'm going to switch gears again and have you guys get your commentary on this, because I took a lot of shit the other day for this, and I'm talking to some of my more masculine guests for this. For those who aren't visually watching right now, it's the snooker man and the kid. I'm playing this again. I'm sure you guys have seen this already.
What's all this about?
One of the sort of favourites, one of the targets, and some players go for being target.
All right, Matt, have you seen that video?
No, but is that his son?
Wait a second. Okay, this is perfect. I'm going to play this again.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to, this is
Creepy
9, well, wait, don't feed him any information. This is 9 seconds. Matt, you're scrolling through social media and you come across this video, which has been seen millions of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's all this about?
One of the sort of favourites, one of the targets, and some players go for being a target.
Matt, give us your breakdown of what you see, what you feel, and share any thoughts you have, please.
Initial first impression on that video.
First impression? I don't know. I thought it was his dad fucking with his son or something. I don't know.
Wow.
I have no idea.
So my first impression, I go, it looks like a creepy pedophile looking guy.
Well,
no,
I
man.
don't see that happen on average knowing there's cameras, but whatever. I saw Jason Momoa do that to his son.
Right, yeah.
Son of a
If it's a
bitch.
father-son thing, you see Tom Brady kiss his kid, whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, 100%. 100%. Matt and I are insane alignment. Matt, the outrage. The fucking outrage. I can't tell you the hundreds of thousands of people who have shared that. They are demanding this man be killed. They are labeling him a pedophile. He's over in England. The South Yorkshire police are involved. I sat there and I sat on this for days. And I went, maybe you should wait till the dust clears and then comment on this. Then I started filming. I did a reel where it took me probably 20 fucking times to do it to get it right, which normally I'm a one and done guy, right? One pump, I'm done. My My fucking thing in this is I said the exact same thing. Now, I come from the fucking 70s, in the 80s and shit, in Catholic grammar school. We played the ball game, oil checks and shit like that. Very inappropriate. Doorknob, fucking people. You know, you had your games. But, and I saw this first and I went, all right, it's a fucking dad creeping on his kid. And people, I watched it, the social pressure this man got to now having the police investigate him was astronomical. Even if this man is cleared and they said, no, the kid said nothing was wrong, it's his fucking dad, people are going to demand this guy be, they automatically say he's a pedophile. The comments are saying the kid is clearly traumatized. The kid clearly, he's suffering from what he was waving to the camera for abuse.
He was smiling.
Dude, I sat there and I did a reel. And I said, man, how many of you fucktards don't realize that in your instant to demand this guy be killed, you condemned every man out there? Because now I have nieces and nephews. I've got a 4-year-old niece, a 16-year-old niece, 17-year-old niece. I will never touch them in fucking public again. I will never hug them. I will never pick up my fucking 4-year-old unless it's around family, my 4-year-old niece around family, because I don't need some fucking stupid bitch with a phone to look and go, why is that grown man holding that toddler that way? Why did he kiss her on the cheek that way? Why is he brushing the hair out of her eye? And we are so quick to get people crucified for our shit. You responded exactly how I did when I saw that video. I went, it's a fucking guy fucking around with this kid. And the amount of people who called me a pedophile and a pedophile supporter for that shit is insane. Fucking insane. Oh. I'm glad you said that. That's my rant.
I think it's just the way the guy looks. I mean, that's what it comes across like that. If it was Jason Momoa doing that, they'd be like, it's so cute. It's adorable.
Yeah. Again, you know what? You're 100% correct. Just because you see something doesn't mean it's nefarious, right? If I saw a pile of shoes, you know, might not mean what you think it means. But my point is this. You're 100% right, and that's the thing. But the crazy thing to me, Dominic, is they called you a pedophile, right?
Oh, a pedophile supporter.
Defending the guy.
Yeah. Pedophile. Yeah. The video I did was, and I flat out said in the beginning, I'm not supporting this guy. I don't know what he did. It looks creepy, but I'm not going to condemn him because I don't have all the facts or evidence. That's how I worked as a cop, right? Oh, so-and-so shit in my mailbox. Okay, I can't go arrest the guy. I have to interview him first. That's just how the fucking due process works. It blows me away. And this is more, this is the petri dish of everything. It doesn't matter if it's the border. It doesn't matter if it's Israel and Palestine. We are so quick to want instant justice, which we don't, which will be the equivalent of a fucking 15-second money shot, right? It's the same people who want like Trump thrown in jail. All right, once he goes in jail, now what? Now what? Are you happy? Is your orgasm over now? So I think that the fucking mob rules, I've been just fixated on this all week with how stupid people are. They don't want evidence. And that goes ultimately back to me saying, man, it doesn't matter how educated you are on these issues overseas, you're still going to get people, me included, who go, well, fuck these morons who are on college campuses and they're ruining my day and this and that. Well, let me explain why this is happening. I don't want to hear it. They clearly are anti-Israel, Matt. So I think we're all fucked as a species. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Dominic. You're right. And the problem is, you know, they have been taught to be that way, right? Social media brings people to emotional status, and that's done through pop culture and entertainment. They control how people think. You know, I told you, this is how people control the thought processes of American citizens or Western civilization in general through entertainment. I told you this the first interview we had. Most people get their information on history or historical topics through Hollywood, Netflix, or Wikipedia. And that is it. I remember getting into a World War II debate with somebody. I said, how many books have you read on that? Oh, I read a couple. Name one. Well, I can't name one. Okay, the answer is 0. So why don't you not fucking talk about the subject if you're not informed about it? Do anyway. Why? They saw enough Hollywood movies. That's all they need.
I saw Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, saving.
Right.
But regardless, this is where they truly believe that everything they've heard is the truth. That's it.
Well,
and Yuri Bezmenov, the communist KGB defector, even said this. He goes, this is in 1984. He said 3 generations of America have been so brainwashed that they will not even accept legitimate proof and authentic evidence if you show them. Mm-hmm. They're so demoralized that they cannot even accept reality showing them the evidence. And this is what you have not only on the left, Dominic, but the right. You have it on both sides.
I know it's a rabbit hole if I open this one up, but you had last year or 18 months ago, you had Tucker Carlson, when he was on Fox News, did a whole hour on a whistleblower who he found to be credible and all this, talked about legitimately, to sum everything up, the CIA was active in assassinating John F. Kennedy. So that if the baseline of that information came out, our government killed our president, and nobody gives a shit. It's like, oh, that was good episode. What else is on? We are so dumbed down and so fucking brainwashed and so easily pacified. You had the information go out that your government assassinated a president, and no one is even remotely. No one gives a shit. We are.
It's wild, man. Dominic, do you remember? I mean, you're a Sopranos guy, probably being the Italian guy.
Yeah, I watched it up until probably the 5th season. I didn't see the rest of it, but yeah.
Well, this isn't a Tony Soprano quote, but he says, "Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see."
That's actually a Mark Twain quote.
There you go. Well, Tony says it in I knew it wasn't his quote to say, but that's the truth. When you look at, and you're a conspiracy guy, Dominic, just like me, Operation Mockingbird. Yeah. Operation Mockingbird was the CIA infiltration and takeover of media. And they admitted it. There's congressional hearings where you have the head of CIA say, yeah, we infiltrated the media, and they asked them, is it still active today? Do you have agents or assets in play in media? And this was in the 60s. And they said, yes, we do. And then they asked for a closed door meeting after that. They said, well, we'd rather talk about this closed door. But even, you look, when you talk about the JFK assassination, and that's, of course, another rabbit hole, but you look at what our government is capable of. I would implore everybody to search Operation Northwoods. That is a real operation. It's been declassified. You can look it up. And that is the CIA planning a false flag attack on the country. They were trying to get us into war with Cuba. So they put this operation together where they were going to have American sites either attacked or bombed and blame it on the Cubans so that we could get into war with Cuba. No. Well, who was the president at that time? JFK. He refused to sign it. He said, no, I'm not signing it. So,
well, there's a multiple other facets we don't have to get into. But to Scotty's point, and I made this prediction a few months ago, Iran is Israel's final real enemy. And in my opinion, I think all this is being set up, and I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. I see with all these migrants coming over, even the DOJ with Christopher Wray at FBI saying, oh, there's a lot of Muslims coming here, a lot of Muslims. Okay, how much you want to bet there's a terrorist attack within this country in the next 6 to 8 months, somewhere in some capacity, Hezbollah, Hamas gets blamed, boom, country gets support to go to war with Iran, just like in 9/11.
Would that
look, Osama bin Laden, which denied it twice, by the way, which they lied about on TV. Look, that's him on video admitting it. Actually, he denied it. If anybody speaks, Arab or Islam, whatever he was, Arab, if you were listening to it, he denied it. And of course, everybody knows the evidence behind that. Even Alex Jones came out the other day.
Look, Osama bin Laden was a CIA asset too.
Yeah.
But
it's a false flag attack. Israel tried to get the United States in the 6-day war with Egypt. That's why they bombed the USS Liberty. 67. Yep. The 6-day war. They tried to bomb the USS Liberty to make it look like Egypt did it. Unfortunately, they were not successful. They tried to kill everybody. They weren't able to kill everybody. And the captain was able to get the ship back to shore. All the survivors are still alive right now, and they want justice against Israel. Yeah. Of course, they're not going to get it. They were all given gag orders. But regardless of that, They've been doing false flag attacks for a very, very long time. Even the Gulf of Tonkin, which is Vietnam, was a false flag attack. They admitted to that one. Pearl Harbor, they admitted to that in the 80s. I mean, you can go, and I'm not talking, this is not conspiracy. They've admitted most of this stuff already. Even Operation Northwood, they've been doing this for decades. And I think they're going to do it again.
I don't know if you've ever seen the movie. It's a Ridley Scott film called Kingdom of Heaven. It's the director's cut. Yeah, the director's cut is fucking phenomenal. Ridley Scott's one of my favorite directors, and in that, when I first watched that, when did it come out? 05. So I'm 30 years old, and I'm still green, right? I don't know what's going on in the world, and I remember it's if I'm gonna get educated in movies, yeah, I do. I realized how fucked up the world is. There's a scene in there where one of the heads of the Knights, the king, and he's leading up all the Knights Templar. They're taking on the Muslims for Jerusalem and all this shit. And Brendan Gleeson plays Renaud de Chatillon. I think that's how you pronounce it. And these are actually real characters. And one scene, there's a caravan of unarmed Muslims going somewhere. And the king looks over at Brendan Gleeson and goes, "Give me a war." And he goes, "That's what I do." So he goes down there and he slaughters all these people to start a fucking war on purpose by saying they were attacked. And I'm like, shit, we've been doing this shit for centuries, man. It's fucking ridiculous. So when you tell me shit like that, I can't. I don't have any faith in government. And again, movies were always a big part of my upbringing. You watch Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe, and it's the Great Depression, and you see him confiding or comforting his son. Don't worry. Don't worry. What was the president that Roosevelt's got our back? Your government never has your fucking back. Fucking never. So I think I went the opposite direction of movies. I think anytime I was told that something was good, I went, no, this shit's bullshit, dude. It's propaganda. We're all fucked. We're all fucked, dude.
Yeah, it's probably worse than you think.
I agree. We have no idea. I mean, I don't think our brains have the capacity for the amount of evil that our government is capable of,
or allows, and just turns a blind eye.
Yeah.
I have no doubt. And that happens if it happens on.
It's depressing.
The biggest problem I have is, and we always talk about this, especially when you guys are on, is it happens on a federal level or a global level. Nobody's giving a shit about the local level. Nobody. There was just some body camera footage of a cop that pulled over a district attorney. And she's in the garage, and she's like, I don't have to get out of my car. I have to do this. And the cop's telling her, you blew a stop sign. And she says on the video, go ahead and write the fucking ticket. I'm going to prosecute myself. You know what I'm going to do with that ticket? And people are all outraged in the comment section. I'm like, do you not understand how often this happens? All the fucking time from your elected mayors and your trustees. I can think of at least
Judges.
two occasions where I pull over somebody and I would get a trustee or the person I pulled on the phone. Trustee so-and-so wants to talk to you. What? I'm not fucking talking to them. Here's your citation. And then you'd get 2 weeks later from your chief, hey, we're going to void that ticket out, just to let you know. Are you kidding me? So, yeah, the corruption on a fucking local level is insane. But that's why I don't like messing with national politics or global issues, is because I'm not about to sit there and get so bent out of shape over what happens on my local level, in my city, and my state. Why do I want to add more on my plate to the shit I can't fucking deal with? The only way I want to deal with is violence, but they won't let us do that.
Well, you don't care what they let you do. You at least try to do it, and if you have enough people together, you can be successful. Bundy Ranch again, even 1946 South Tennessee, it can be done. And I think on a local level, it's easier. People don't promote it though, Dominic. I promote it, but I'm nobody. We don't have a huge audience, but if it's promoted to a very large capacity with these influencers who have millions of viewers, it would gain steam. Nobody promotes it. Lisa Fithian.
She's promoting violence.
Yeah, if the left is doing it, why can't people on the so-called conservative, patriotic right do it?
We know why. Because those blue check marks with the millions of likes, they don't want to be You have to fucking step in the shit if you're going to advocate this, right? You actually have to be out there to get the people to follow you.
Comfortable.
So that means, wait a second. I can wind up like Joe Biggs, and there goes my blue check and my platform and my T-shirt sales
Money,
and all my
my
shit like
shekels.
that. That's 100% what they fucking are. 100%.
Well, Dominic, life, fortune, sacred honor, man. I don't know what else to say.
Oh, I don't know.
We can't take any of it with us.
Yep.
We can't take any of it with us. So why not leave a legacy? Huh?
Dominic, did you ever see the movie Troy about the Trojan War with Achilles and Brad Pitt played Achilles?
Yeah, no one will. That's why no one will remember your name. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Oh,
He's the biggest man I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's the biggest man. I wouldn't want to fight him, and that's why no one will remember your name.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're at. Nobody wants to fight the biggest, most evil, disgusting, depraved, corrupt enemy,
which is our government.
And that's why no one's going to remember anybody's name.
I can't
They're going to be. Go ahead.
I can't stand when I put out this year. Now, I don't have children, and I'm in a very interesting spot to where, yeah, if the government decides to throw me in jail for not paying my taxes, wait a second, that's temperature controlled environment, 3 meals a day. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. Or whatever. What I can't stand is the people who comment on anything I do. Man, I wish you could do what I wish I could do what you did. I had that same shit when I was a cop, and this is why I can't. This is why I'm so fucking hard on law enforcement. When all of my air quotes brothers in blue, we knew what our chief was doing. We knew how fucking corrupt he was. And we need a letter demanding his resignation. No confidence. I will write that fucking letter. Okay, write the letter. Pen the letter. You guys ready to sign it? I can't sign it, man. I can't fucking sign it. I got to pay my mortgage. I remember signing it, sliding it underneath his door. I got fucking shit canned. And then the next thing you see is there's a letter of confidence in the chief signed by every fucking cop but one. My point being is there are cowards everywhere, and I cannot stand when somebody says, I wish I could do what you did. Fuck you, pussy. Fuck you. I have no respect for, if it's the people who aren't going to do it, great. I have no respect for the cowards who comment on the shit I'm doing. Oh, I wish I could do what you do. Fuck you. I hate people like that. I can't. They piss me off because they could. They fucking could. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
they are.
Absolutely. People are spineless.
I tell you what, we trained this weekend. We had a.
For those who don't know, Matt started a militia years ago, the Iron City Citizens Response Unit here in Pittsburgh. And during COVID, he was very active. He would go to businesses and restaurants and diners that wanted to stay open. And he and his unit, and
the BLM riots.
Yeah, he was active with the BLM, protecting local businesses from being, defaced and all that. But his unit was very active during 2020, making sure that if businesses wanted to stay open and they were met with any pushback from county officials or local law enforcement, his unit stood out there. I mean, they have uniforms. They were talking full body armor, AR-15s, strapped to the nines.
Yeah.
But that's just for the informative, for the audience right there.
Well, we had a training group this weekend, and we trained with another group.
They train with local law enforcement too. Sorry to keep it.
Yeah,
I just want to put that out there. It's very legit. It's a very legit unit.
Oh, that's military as well.
Yep.
And current military. Anyway, 25 guys showed up. We had guys literally flew in. Come to this training session on Saturday, and I'll tell you what. Some of these kids were 100 nothing. 5 foot nothing, wearing the gear, carrying the guns, doing the drills, getting the reps in, serious about it. And then I got guys at home who got the gym, who have "We the People" tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tread on me, decals on their vehicle. And I've asked them to come. Oh, I'm too busy or whatever. That's too far for me to drive. So now,
right.
These guys are from
Florida.
The don't tread on me flags. I fucking love those. You get the fucking people who are absolute. It's the quiet ones, right? It's the people who post online. Oh, how does it pronounce Molan Labe? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, that's correct. It means come and take it.
Yeah, they post that, and I'm like, bitch, you're gonna see your neighbor have a stack of fucking 15 cops go in one door, 6 in the back door, and all of a sudden you're gonna be like, man, I should take that down from my social media post. Yeah, I'm gonna take
They'll come out and like, hi guys, I support the police. I back the blue dirt. You guys need help? You guys need some help? Blue lives matter, dirt.
He does a good impression. That's good. of the.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Fuck me.
Not
dude.
really.
How dare you, Matt?
Oh.
I apologize for fucking nothing.
No. The pile of shoes. Oh, hey, you saw? I shared a meme, and it doesn't really serve a purpose for anybody who's watching or listening. But I shared a meme with Scott and Matt of that was a life reflecting art where somebody put up like an African village in like 6 AD, and then and the same African village in 2024, and it was zero change whatsoever. And then I had to send that to Matt and Scott and go, "This really reflected your rant of really. Did you build your country? What did you do over there in your fucking hut?" It was great.
Oh my God!
Where's the lie?
Yeah.
People were so butthurt over that.
Yeah, they were. They were.
Really?
The Hodge twins backed me up though. Every word. That was cool.
Who did it?
There you go.
Yeah.
The Hodge twins. Yeah,
Yeah.
they agree with us.
Yeah.
They agree with us.
100%. 100%. You know what? My girl, Michelle Obama, you know, every morning I wake up in a house built by slaves. Fuck. Couldn't do that somewhere else.
We had the take where, do you remember during President Obama's term, he made the comment, I think it was during the election year in 2012. He said, if you have a business, you didn't build that. Someone else built that.
Right.
Like that's the whole idea that we had here with that conversation, which was taken out of context. But again, it was like, who laid the foundation for the business? Was it the owner that went out?
The dishwasher. It was a dishwasher.
Hey, the dishwasher and the bar back and the waitress built that restaurant. It's like, well, this guy mortgaged his house. He went out and got an LLC. He went out and got a liquor license. He went out and did all these things. He laid the foundation for what the business was to be. But what you're saying is because of the labor of the business, that's who built the business or who built the country. You know, and it's just so ridiculous to say that. The foundation of a business, the risk that it took or that the founders took, the 56 men that signed the Declaration of Independence, that risked their lives, sacred honor, and fortunes to do that. But people got real mad when Matt said,
yeah, that's what you have. You have people, I'm helping. That's the pathway for a nation of fucking pussies, where you can have somebody go in and you did all the things you said, right? I do a network marketing presentation, and I try to create the parallels of how the simplicity of doing an online business versus when I own my gym, and how for fucking 8 months I had to go through rezoning from the village, fucking every permit possible to even sweep up a piece of trash in there. Oh, the headache from advertising, do you name it? And it was and the people came in, and I had people who was renting space out of my gym, teaching this and that. They came and go without a fucking headache. When the water pipe busted and it was a $900 water bill because nobody told me the toilet was running for 3 months, that was my responsibility. When the lights didn't work, the heat was, it's like all but the Obama idiot wants to say that, no, you can just come in, represent, wear my t-shirt, fucking have people in train, and it's your business too. Fuck you, fucking cunt. Fucking hate him.
But again, Dominic, it is all our fault if we do nothing about it. Land of the weak, home of the slave.
There you go.
Yes. You know what we need in some way? We need to pay attention to South Africa and the white genocide that's going on there. We could talk about that next week.
We can talk about that next week.
Fuck white people. Come on, you know that.
Yeah, where they crucify.
You don't get paid. You don't get paid unless you talk shit on white people.
100%. We'll talk about the 4-year-old girls who are crucified to tables and raped while their parents' eyelids are slit open to make them watch. But that's not something that anybody wants to know over here in America. Holy shit.
Well, you're a racist if you don't support that.
Yeah, I got, but you're black. Can't go there. Free South Africa. Fucking
Danny Glover and Joe Pesci.
Dude, Joe Pesci, he's such an underrated actor. Fucking Leo Getz, the Home Alone cop, Mobsters, The guy's a fucking insane actor. He's amazing. All right, that's Wednesday. The Burn Pit Podcast, Mondays, 4 p.m. Eastern. What do you guys have coming up on the show?
We always got stuff planned. We always have things going on.
A lot of bell ringing,
but we have, we like to bring in some intellectuals, people that are smarter than us that actually have a background in education.
Yeah.
When we do that, and before we go off air, I have request for you.
Yeah, that sounds good. That's why I have you guys on Wednesday, because it saves me about 40 minutes of talking, and I get to sit back and listen to shit. So I love it. Fucking on Wednesdays, I just phone it in. I come up with questions and let you guys do all the work. All right, guys, Spreely.com. Go check it out. A Small Business Thursday tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. If you have a small business you want featured, get a hold of me. Don't forget about the new Rants of Izzo show chat on Telegram that all of you from all your platforms can go and congregate with, send each other nudes, whatever. Just make sure your cock is not bigger than mine. I'll feel insecure. All right, guys, have a great damn day. See you tomorrow. Go help somebody. Just don't hurt them.